interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host, the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate leads and appointments through hyper-personalized outreach, check out managedprospectingsystem.com. Today, I have Joe Wright with me. Joe, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your company, please?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jim. My name is Joe Wright. I'm the CEO of AccessMobility 24. We're a full-service mobile app development company. We also have built some of our own software as a service products. Most notable is our video marketing.center platform, which has been uncannily timely with the world of COVID. It's an on-demand video distribution platform. We've been around for 10 years and like what we do and have fun doing it.
Great. So what would you say, or what is something interesting about yourself outside of work?
Let's see, I think I'm probably boring in the sense that I have my 3 kids. They're older now and just became a grandpa. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm the oldest grandpa entrepreneur you're probably going to meet, but I'm just kidding. No, we spend a lot of time with our kids as they're getting older, and it's been a lot of fun.
How old are the grandkid or kids?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So you have one grandchild that's 2 weeks old. Is that the?
Yeah, that's the deal right there.
Oh, that's exciting.
So it's been really interesting. It's been she's been an immediate glue to the whole family unit across, brothers and aunts and uncles. It's been fascinating. So it's been good. It's been a nice treat.
Such a blessing there.
Yeah, for sure.
So what would you say is your superpower when it comes to business, or what do you contribute your success to, and how can others learn from that and apply that in their lives, their businesses, etc.?
Yeah, it's an interesting term. I'd say tenacity, consistency, the will to stay focused and driven, even when it's easy to get down sometimes, especially with this last year and a half with everything that's happened. And the ability to really continually remake yourself as technology evolves. I started in the print industry before the internet.
Uh-huh.
Started an ad agency at 28, bought a web company, and started understanding what that was all about. Left that world behind and continued to remake myself and be open-minded. It's easy to get trapped in your comfort zone as to what you know. I think it's really important to always have an eye towards the future and not be afraid to take calculated risk. I think it's a discipline that you need to bring to the market. It's difficult to do that because you want to stay focused, but at the same time, you don't want to get trapped in the same old, I guess.
Uh-huh. So what you mentioned is taking disciplined risk. Can you talk more about that?
Sure. Usually what we do is we garner if it's a product that I can speak specifically to ourselves on products that we build for ourselves, we always have evangelize it to customers and prospects and get them to buy into the concept before we spend any money developing any new idea. And I know that sounds simple, but a lot of people don't really do it. They go into their box and they start to create their product because they have an idea. We do it with a lot of customer input and validation up front before we invest those dollars. So at least we know that there's a need, and then we go down the path. So I think it's really a calculated risk, but everything we've built has been literally based on customer need or customer input, I guess.
Okay, so you actually you're talking to, how do you determine what the customer need is and you get the input from the customers then before you, so basically you create software, and this is software we're talking about then?
Yeah, software, mobile apps, software, et cetera, combination. No, I literally, we pitch the concept, not, and we don't develop it, we pitch it. We do the workflow and the wireframes and the business case and go and say, I have a great idea for you, Jim. Do you think this would be something you'd be interested in? And you go, yeah, I like it, but I say, well, let's expand on that. Let's explore that. And hey, if I could generate this product for you, would you be interested in piloting it for me or buying it or testing it? When I get a yes or two, then we invest in the product, but not before.
Got it. And then, so what else, anything else that would be important to know about this? Like, I guess we're talking about developing a product here and minimizing the risk in doing so. Any other tips around that?
No, I mean, I think, like I said, I think it's the key is to get some, we call them kind of a pre-sell-in buy-in strategy. That's really, I'd say, the number one validation to the platform. Of course, if you can do any kind of research and make sure that there's an appetite, a scale for the market, depending upon your investment. And so you need to look at that. The other piece I tell people when we build programs and products for them, we have a lot of, we do some big corporations, but we also work with a lot of startups. And a lot of times they'll come to you with an idea, and it's a really good idea. But the biggest mistake they make is, and I tell them point blank, I refuse to develop this for you if you don't have at least $50,000 or $100,000 to launch it with marketing. Save your money. It's not a build it and they will come environment anymore. That doesn't work like that. So you have to not only build your idea, but you better have funds to market it. And I think that's really important for a lot of entrepreneurs and startups. They get excited about the concept, but then they're not sure how they're going to go to that next step. So try to start to scale it, generate some level of revenue.
So it's not uncommon for entrepreneurs to be building an app or piece of software, and then they overlook the capital needed to market and sell whatever the app is.
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge right there. They don't understand that this is the start of a long journey. Overnight successes typically take 7 years. So that's reality, right? In order to do this for 7 years, you gotta have some capital to make it happen. And that's why when we try to build things, we like to get that customer input and get some customer buy-in. At least when I was talking about a disciplined risk, right? At least you have some validation that you can get to market and get paying clients.
Got it. So any other tips around this or anything else that'd be important to consider?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, other than do your homework up front before you start building anything. Make sure that you have all your workflows down. You want to do it right the first time. One last major point I guess I will make is a lot of people talk about doing an MVP, minimum viable product. I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of doing a 1.0, and the difference is subtle, but it's concrete in the sense that if you do a 1.0, you can monetize a 1.0. You cannot always monetize an MVP, but you could sell the concept of an MVP on paper and workflow in a presentation deck, pitching your concept. If you're trying to raise money to build it, but doing a 1.0 gets you in market. I've worked with a lot of people. I call them they're tinkerers, right? They always want to tinker. It's never good enough to get to market. because they want to keep adding. They want to make sure that they answer every possible objection, every possible feature set. And my philosophy is that makes zero sense. Get your 1.0 so you could sell something, make it work. Doesn't have to be spectacular, doesn't have to have all the features, but then generate and validate that little extra half a mile there to make it a 1.0 pays off in spades. So that's a real difference maker in the market. A lot of people do MVPs, and I personally think it's a mistake.
Got it. So, Joe, who is an ideal prospect for you guys, or who should be doing business with you, and why should they be doing business with you?
So any manufacturer or software provider who sells through either distribution or channel partners, they need our video marketing center platform. That is a tool that helps. We make it easy for your channel partners and distributors to sell more of your products. It's all video driven. With each video, they could attach 4 pieces of collateral. They could do add quizzes and surveys, and there's a host of features, but it makes it easy for that channel partner to distribute your products downstream to the end buyer. And you can co-brand it with your channel partner or distributor. It's easy to use. It's on-demand video. We're doing a live, webinar now, and everybody's getting used to it. But we're the on-demand solution once this is over. In theory, if you're going to go ahead and start promoting certain products to the customers that you're talking to, and then we get all the deep analytics behind it. So it's easy to use. Our tagline is, "It's so easy a salesman."
I like that.
But it works, and it's great. We have big clients and small clients, but anybody that sells through distribution or channel partners who wants to enable those distributors and channel partners pushing their products. The minute like in sales enablement, right? Mm-hmm. And you know this if you're in the lead game. What ends up happening is you have repeatable sales processes to generate leads for those sales teams. That's what happens. The minute you go to your distributors and your channel partners, now you're fighting for share of mind. They have their own repeatable sales process. So our platform makes it easy for them to actually sell your products because we're doing it with on-demand video. So the manufacturer, we'll use that as the example, is delivering a controlled sales pitch to the distributor sales reps, and then they're forwarding it on to the end buyer. And now that end buyer is getting a consistent message, and it's helping sell the product for that distributor. It works quite nicely. So that's our sweet spot right now.
Cool. And if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, you have multiple ways. You can go to joe@accessmobility24.com. You can come to any of our websites and contact us through there, whether it be accessmobility24.com or videomarketing.center. And if I dare give my phone number, that might be a mistake, but 312-296-3104. I'm always open.
All right, great. Well, Joe, any last thoughts before we wrap up here?
No, just everybody have a happy holiday. Enjoy the next couple of weeks. It'll be a lot of fun.
It will be. So, well, thank you for your time here today and sharing. It's been wonderful having you on here. And
I appreciate it, Jim. Thanks for having me. And I'm sure we'll catch up with you later.
Great. And until next time on the Profits of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate leads and appointments without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming, i.e. through hyper-personalized outreach, check out managedprospectingsystem.com.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you for tuning in to the Profits of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.